Get your ears wrapped around the Golden State Media Concepts Basketball Podcast. All the scoop you need to know from college basketball to the NBA and even March Madness. News of your rising stars. Topics on and off the hardwood. This is the Golden State Media Concepts Basketball Podcast.
GSMC Basketball Podcast. This episode is brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network, and I am your host, Jesse Tapia. Alright, so it is Monday, it is the 5th. This is how today's show is going to go. First segment, we're going to do the weekend recap, talk about the Celtics-Rockets game, talk about if the Rockets could actually, if they actually do have a chance at beating the Warriors, alright, because I don't know, there's something about them I don't really like. Alright. So we'll be doing that. We'll be talking about the Cavs losing again to the... Well, yeah, I guess you say losing again. I think they lost to the Nuggets earlier this season too. So yeah, we'll talk about the Cavs losing. Talk about how maybe this is the same old Cavs team. Maybe. At least from this season, obviously. So we'll be talking about that. And Kobe won an Oscar. So we'll be pushing that into the weekend recap. No clue what to say about Kobe winning an Oscar. I have no idea. But I just thought about it right before I started recording this. So... we're going to fit in Kobe winning an Oscar in that first segment. Second segment, we're going to talk about the games from Sunday. All right, recap those. Third segment, we're going to talk about the Lakers, all right? This young team playing well. Talk about really where they go from here. So we'll be doing that. Maybe talk about anything else going on for that third segment as far as the Lakers or whoever else, like I said. And then for the fourth segment, going to be making my picks for tonight's NBA games. What else we got going on? Going to talk about Kawhi Leonard, all right? Trying to get a brand new shoe deal with Jordan. Not really working out. Going to give my thoughts on the whole thing, all right? We'll be doing that. And then looking like the NBA is looking to get rid of that one and done rule. It's about time, all right? Literally, it's about time. Should have never been a one and done rule to begin with, but either way, we'll be talking about that. So that's how the show is going to go. Let's talk about the Rockets and Celtics game on what was it, Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night. So the Rockets won this one 123-120. I mean, Boston was leading this one for most of the game, and then like the last 2 minutes of the game, they just completely choked this one away. All right, turnovers. Kyrie Irving missed the easy layup. Al Horford got like a loose ball or a rebound, goes to the ground and passes it to absolutely no one. Rockets get that, take it down. I mean, the Celtics really blew this game. All right, but either way, Rockets hung in there, and they did it just enough to pull out the win. Like I said, they won 123-120. All right, for the Celtics, I mean, Al Horford, he had 10 points. 4 rebounds, I believe it was. Actually, he had 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Then, actually 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Shot 4-12 in that one. Jason Tatum had 12 points, 4 rebounds in that one. Then you had Kyrie Irving, only 18 points, 6 assists. Jaylen Brown, 9 points. Let's see, off the bench, that's where the Celtics were really playing well. You had Marcus Morris with 21 points, 4 rebounds. Greg Monroe, who's been playing well for the Celtics, was a plus 23 in 19 minutes. He had 18 points, 6 rebounds. Marcus Smart had 11 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. And you had Terry Rozier with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Shot 7 of 10 in that one. All right. Celtics played well, but like I said, just couldn't close it out. And then for the Rockets, I mean, you had James Harden, who scored 26 points, but did shoot only 6 of 18, 3 of 12 from the three-point line. Hit 11 out of his 13 free throws. Chris Paul didn't really play all too well. Got into foul trouble early. It was a -7 in this one. 15 points, 7 assists, only 1 rebound in that one. Clint Capella had 8 points, 17 rebounds. Let's see, Trevor Ariza, 21 points. Hit the shots when he needed to. PJ Tucker played well in this one. Took 6 threes, hit 3 of them. Those were all the shots he took. Had 9 points. And then off the bench, you had Eric Gordon, who was a monster, all right? 29 points, shot 8 of 13 from the field, 7 of 11 from the three-point line. The dude seemed like could not miss in the second half when it came down to it, all right? The dude was hitting big shot after big shot. So he's also a big part as to why the Rockets won, all right? But either way, it was a fun game throughout. It was really back and forth, all right? Like I said, the Celtics were leading for most of it, and then the last 2 minutes, they blow it. Rockets come back and capitalize. I mean, you can't really hate on the Rockets for capitalizing on another team's mistakes. So they were the better team, I guess you could say. All right, so I was watching the Rockets, all right, trying to look at how they play, and I noticed they're a team who takes a bunch of threes and tries to get to the free throw line. That's their game plan, all right? Take threes, get to the line, score that way. And Yeah, on paper, I mean, it looks good because of the fact that they've been so successful at it. I think they're, 49-13 now. So, yeah, it looks good. Sure. But is that really a game plan that's sustainable in order to beat a team like the Warriors? All right. They don't play great defense. If you tell me they do, you're a liar. All right. They just don't. They don't do anything else relatively well. Okay. Yeah, they share the ball. But like I said, it's just three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer. I think they take more threes than they've taken more three-pointers than two-pointers this season. I think that might be the first time anyone's ever done that if they finish the season doing that. So I mean, I don't really understand how that beats the Warriors, okay? Because the Warriors, they're a fast-paced team. Rockets play fast-paced, but I don't think that, like, the Warriors play great defense too, okay? And I don't think that you're going to be able to take three after three after three against a team like the Warriors, and I don't think you're going to be getting to the line as much against a team like the Warriors, all right? And the Warriors are a team that likes to shoot the three too, all right? They like to play that way also, and they can get to the line. So I just think if you're trying to beat the Warriors at their own game, it's just not sustainable enough to go out and beat a team like that, all right? I mean, I think that now, like, if watching the Rockets and stuff like that for this game, I mean, it seems like it's just a matter of they're a great team. Because I'm not trying to discount the Rockets by any means, right? They're still probably they still are the second best team in the league. Warriors are the best team in the league by far. All right, I understand that the Rockets are. I don't know if they're still the number one team in the West or whatever, but I mean, the only time the Warriors don't become the best team in the West is until they lose that championship. All right, so the Warriors are the best team in the West. Then you have the Rockets at second, but like I said, I mean, I just don't like their little type of play, and I don't really think it's going to be successful against a team like the Warriors. All right, I don't think you can go and shoot three after three and try and get to the foul free throw line and try and beat a team like that. It's just not going to work, I don't think. So, I mean, either way though, I mean, it was a good game. Really enjoyed how they played. It's fun to watch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's fun to watch. All right, you got James Harden out there shooting three after three. You got Chris Paul, who I don't know. Chris Paul kind of getting on my nerves a bit. Same with James Harden a little bit too. Just by the way, they're looking for a foul. That's it. They're always looking for a foul, and I can't really hate on it too much because it's just part of the game and it's working for them. But either way, I just don't like seeing that kind of basketball from them. But either way, like I said, I mean, I just don't really like their chances too much against the Warriors. I just think it's a matter of we finally have a team in the West who's been playing good basketball, and now we're thinking that they can beat the Warriors, but I don't know. I just don't really see it too much, but that's how that went. As for the Celtics, I mean, like I said, they blew it in the last 2 minutes of that one. Al Horford's been playing pretty bad since the All-Star break, just really hasn't gotten it going. I mean, he does other things well, but he's not putting up points, not getting too many rebounds, just not being the facilitator type player that he is, all right? So he's got to play a little bit better. I think it's just a little slump that he's going through. As for Kyrie Irving, I mean, I don't know. Kyrie Irving, it's a little bit weird. He's not scoring as much as he did like with a team like Cleveland, but I don't know. I think he's a better player now with Boston than he is than he was with Cleveland. All right, you got Terry Rozier, who's a monster coming off the bench, has been on fire ever since probably like a couple weeks before the All-Star break till now. I mean, the dude's just been playing extremely well. All right, Marcus Smart makes a difference on that team. Greg Monroe, that's going to be a big help for them. I mean, the dude had 18 points, I said. Was a plus 23 in about 15 minutes. All right, played extremely well in that one. Couldn't really be stopped. I like the way Greg Monroe passes the ball, too. It's kind of like a 7-foot point guard, I guess you could say. But, yeah, he played well. And, I mean, as for the Celtics, you just got to catch up to the Warriors, right? Because you know what? A team like the Cavs, and let's talk about the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs, they're no different than what they were before the trade deadline. All right, let me tell you that much, okay? Played the Nuggets on Saturday, I believe it was. Lost 127-119. I have to double check the score. It was, let's see, what was the score? It was 126-117, so it was a little bit close, all right? I mean, gave up 37 points to the Nuggets in the first quarter, gave up 36 in the second quarter, gave up 30 in the third, and then gave up 23 in the fourth, but the game was over by then. All right, the Cavs just really, I don't know, got tongue-tied for a little bit. Those first two games that they won against Celtics and Thunder, that was just adrenaline right there, all right? Because for the Nuggets, you had, let's see, Wilson Chandler, he had 16 points. Gary Harris had 32 points, shot 6 of 10 from the three-point line, 10 of 17 from the field. Jamal Murray had 16 points. Off the bench, you had Will Barton with 23 points. Paul Millsap had 11. All right. And for the Cavs, I mean, you had LeBron doing his usual thing, 25 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds. And then after that, I mean, you had Cedi Osman with 13 points, was a minus 15. Tristan Thompson had 12 points, only 7 rebounds. Grant Hill, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. J.R. Smith with 19 points. I mean, the Cavs, look at it, they put up points. They played well. All right, Larry Nance had 14 points. Jordan Clarkson had 11 points. Rodney Hood, 6 points. Didn't really play all too well there. But either way, they did put up points. But their biggest problem is they don't play defense at all whatsoever. All right, you can't win basketball games if you don't play defense. People tried crowning them as tried crowning them as, as Eastern Conference champs already after those 2 games, and I said pump the brakes, and sure enough, here we are, all right? I mean, I'm not ready yet to make my judgment on it. I don't think it's been 15 games yet since they've played together, but, I mean, it's not looking any different, okay? If you're a Cavs fan and you think, oh, yeah, this team is way better, you're just lying to yourself, all right? It's not. It's not any different whatsoever. This team is just not that good, all right? It goes, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it goes Toronto, then it goes Boston number 2, and then there's a drop-off. It goes Cleveland at number 3. Cleveland is not what they were the last few years at all, okay? They just simply aren't. All right. I was talking with Tate before the show, and he was telling me, I mean, in a series between them and Washington, who wins? I said Cleveland just because they got LeBron, but I thought about it more. If you're thinking just between basketball, just the game of basketball by logic, I mean, the Wizards are the favorite in that series, all right? The Wizards are playing good basketball, all right? Yeah, they don't have John Wall, but when they get him back, they're going to be even better, I feel, all right? Yeah, they've been playing well without him, but still, you need your best player out there. The Cavs, they're just LeBron, and you got to hope everyone else shows up, because if not, you don't really have a chance, and they just don't play defense whatsoever. All right, if between the Wizards and Cavs, that game goes 7. The series goes 7 games, no doubt. All right, and I'm not too sure the Cavs even get out of that. I just picked the Cavs just right from the jump because, you know what, they got LeBron, so I just figured, you know, you got LeBron, he's going to figure out a way. But if we're already talking 7-game series against a team like the Wizards, I mean, how do you expect them to do against the Celtics or Raptors? There's no way you could actually think that the Cavs, if they struggle against a team like the Wizards, then they're going to be able to beat a team like the Celtics or Raptors. It's just not going to happen. The Cavs really got to figure out what's going on. All right, I'm not sure if it has to do with Ty Lue or whatever, but I just don't get how you can be this bad on defense. Defense is about, I think the majority of it, if you want to play well, you got to give enough effort, and they just simply haven't given that. All right, so they just really, I don't know, this team is no different what they had before. It's just a bunch of different names to the younger team, but they're just not playing any better. All right, all the players in the left of Cavs are playing extremely well. You got Isaiah Thomas, who's looking like a completely different player with the Lakers coming off the bench. All right, you got Jay Crowder's been playing really well with the Jazz, seeming like he's really getting together, meshing well with that team. Dwayne Wade's been doing well with the Heat. Iman Shumpert hasn't played with the Kings yet. Channing Frye's that veteran guy on the Lakers. And I think that's pretty much all that they trade, unless I'm missing someone else. But, I mean, the whole trade thing, I mean, like I said, we're all excited about it. Thought the Cavs were going to be the best team in the East again. But, I mean, like I said, there's a drop-off after the Celtics from the Cavs, all right? So it's just not really working out. But that's all I got to say about that. Let's talk about Kobe winning an Oscar, all right? Won an Oscar for Best Short Film, I think it was. And I was just thinking, man, this dude that has been making these movies for so long, trying to win Oscars, you got this guy, Kobe Bryant, comes in and boom, wins an Oscar his first try. I mean, that's just got to be the ultimate demoralizer. But, I mean, good on Kobe, all right? Kobe, never really liked him too much as a basketball player, just mainly because he killed every team that he played for, stuff like that. I remember in that game with the Jazz, against the Jazz, his last game of the season, I tweeted out, Kobe, don't go, all right? Because you know what? Yeah, it's always fun to hate on Kobe, but he meant a lot to the game. Played really well. It was fun to watch, all right? But, I mean, it's just, what can't this guy do? The dude goes out, says, I'm going to make a short film. Maybe. We'll see how it goes from there. Dude wins an Oscar, all right? Wins an Oscar. That's pretty difficult. I have 0 Oscars. All right, I have not won a single Oscar, haven't won a Grammy. Feel like it's pretty difficult to do. Not that I've ever tried, but like I said, it's just difficult. You got Kobe Bryant out of the nowhere. Oh, I'm retired. Let's do something else. And he goes out and wins it, all right? So another thing he's done better than Shaq. Shaq's got to be extremely jealous of Kobe, too. Shaq is that one guy that's supposed to be the one that, outside of basketball, does all these cool things and all that, pretty much. Just like he raps. He's been in movies before. He was in Grown Ups 2. Shaq was pretty funny in Grown Ups 2, I guess you could say. Grown Ups 2 and Grown Ups 1. That's one thing, too. I know we're a basketball podcast, but Adam Sandler is really 1990s Adam Sandler and early 2000s Adam Sandler, so much better than the Adam Sandler we got right now. But getting back to the point, all right, Shaq supposed to be that guy, but Kobe is still just winning everything off the court. All right, maybe, dude, honestly, I would, if there's a bet out there, someone let me know. I will put money on Shaq winning an Oscar. All right, I will. He's going to go out and he's going to try it. He's got to. You have nothing else. You can't let Kobe be the only one with an Oscar. Shaq has to go and get one. So, like I said, if there's a thing where I can make a bet on Shaq winning an Oscar, point me that direction, and I will make that bet, all right? But that's pretty much how the weekend went. All right, a couple other things that went on, but we're going to save that for the 4th segment, so stay tuned for that. Next up, we're going to be talking about Sunday's NBA games. Yeah, I know that was part of the weekend, but we always recap the games that happened before, the night before on this podcast, so we're going to be doing that. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Are you looking for the very best NFL and college football podcast? Then check out the GSMC Football Podcast. Get the latest football news both on and off the field. From the NFL Draft to trades to the rumor mill to the NFL Combines, they got you covered. That's GSMCpodcast.com/football-podcast. Get updates on college rivalries, game day insights, and much, much more. It's football talk the way you want it. This show eats, sleeps, and breathes football. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
All right, and welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast. In that first segment, what did we talk about? We talked about the Rockets and Celtics game, talked about how the Rocket style of play I don't think is sustainable for a 7-game series against the Warriors. All right, if anything, it just made me, even though the Rockets won, it just made me, I guess, less hyped about them beating the Warriors, or just, I just don't think they're going to be able to beat the Warriors. All right, let's just say that, okay? Talked about the Cavs. Cavs are no different than the team they were before the trade deadline. All right, turns out you could trade for whoever you want, but if you can't play defense, you can't play defense, and sure enough, they still can't play defense. All right, they are not the best team in the East, not even the second best team in the East, and I think there's a drop-off between the second best team in the East, which I think are the Celtics, and the Cavs. The Cavs just simply aren't that good. They're not. Yeah, they're the 3 seed in the East, but for the players they got and just pretty much having LeBron James on that team, just not a good team, all right? I'm not even sure if they could go out and beat the Wizards in a 7-game series. That's where we are right now. The Cavs are not that good. Get it out of your minds that LeBron James is going to take them to the finals and all that. That's not how it works, all right? If that's what you're thinking, you might be wrong. All right, so we talked about that, and we talked about Kobe getting an Oscar. All right, like I said, if you know where I could place a bet on Shaq getting an Oscar soon, let me know. I will place that bet easily. All right, happily, whatever you want to call it. Shaq is definitely going to get an Oscar now just because Kobe has one. Shaq has been chasing Kobe his entire life, and now he's got even more to chase. So we'll see. But for this segment, we're going to be talking about pretty much yesterday's NBA games, which was Sunday night. So I had a lot of the tanking teams playing, so a lot on the line there. Let's start off with the first game, right? We had the Phoenix Suns facing off with the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta won this one 113-112. Phoenix wins this one though also. All right, Phoenix is now 19-46 with the win. Atlanta is now 20-44. For the Suns, you had TJ Warren with 35 points, 4 rebounds, 16-26 shooting, 1 of 4 from the three-point line. Wow, the Suns are really trying to tank to the point where they got Tyson Chandler starting games. He had 6 points, 5 rebounds. Let's see, you had Elfrid Payton with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, triple-double there. I love how now a triple-double doesn't even mean anything anymore, right? There was a point in the NBA where if you got a triple-double, it was crazy. It was the story of the night. All right, now you got guys like Rajon Rondo, who started getting triple doubles all the time. Now LeBron was, and Russell Westbrook had a whole entire season where he averaged a triple double. So triple doubles are kind of meaningless. All right, let's start getting the quadruple doubles now. All right, Devin Booker, he had 20 points, 3 assists, shot 8 of 18 from the field, 3 of 6 from the three-point line. Then off the bench, you had Marquise Chris with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and Josh Jackson with 10 points, 4 rebounds, shot 5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line. As for the Hawks, you had John Collins, only 4 points, 7 rebounds, shot 1 of 6 from the field. Taurean Prince with 22 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 16 shooting, 6 of 8 from the three-point line. Dwayne Dedmon had 7 points, 4 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder with 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 9 of 16 from the field. Off the bench, you had Mike Muscala with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 of 6 from the field shooting there. Mike Muscala's had to be in the league for what, at least 20 years it feels like? I mean, that's just the name. That's like a role player name right there, like a bench name, right? The dude's been in the league for, it has to be at least 10 years. I don't know. He just floats up. Sometimes you'll see his name out there. Sometimes you don't really notice when he's not out there, but when you see him, it's like, oh, Mike Muscala's in the league still. All right, so yeah, Mike Muscala, 10 points, 3 rebounds. You had Mason or is it Miles Plumlee? Either way, one of the Plumlee brothers had 10 points, 11 rebounds, shot 4 of 7 from the field. And then let's see, nothing else pretty notable there. I mean, Kent Bazemore did not play, was resting. All right, and once again, the Hawks won this one 113-112. Let's see. After I do all these games, I got to check how the tanking is looking, see who's got the best chances right now. All right, but once again, Hawks won that one. And let's see, the next game we had the Charlotte Hornets facing off with the Toronto Raptors, and the Raptors won this one 103-98. All right, for Charlotte, you had Dwight Howard with 10 points, 10 rebounds, shot 4 at 9 from the field. Kemba Walker, not the best shooting night from him, 8 of 23 from the field, 3 of 12 from the 3-point line. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, had 27 points though. Nicholas Batum with 10 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, shot 3 of 10 from the field. Frank Kaminsky with 15 points, 4 rebounds, shot 3 of 10 from the field. Let's see, what else we got off the bench? We had Jeremy Lamb, 16 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, shot 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. Didn't Jeremy Lamb play at Connecticut? Yeah, I think he did play at Connecticut, yeah. I don't know. Nothing really notable about it. Just thought to myself, I just like to share my thoughts with you guys. All right, Malik Monk didn't play in this one. Dude's been having a downfall of a rookie year. Just hasn't done anything, all right? Not even hurt. Just didn't play because the coach didn't want him out there. As for the Raptors, you had Serge Ibaka with 17 points, 8 rebounds, shot 6 of 9 from the field, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Jonas Valanciunas with 18 points, 13 rebounds, shot 8 of 15 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. I can't believe Jonas Valanciunas shoots threes. Kyle Lowry, 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 8 from the 3-point line, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 14 points. DeMar DeRozan with 19 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, shot 7 of 17 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3-point line. Is this the year the Raptors finally get over the hump and finally make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly the Finals itself? All right, I have no clue. I don't know what to think of this Raptors team, Art. Are they good? Well, yeah, no, they are good. They are a great team, but are they a team that can get out of the first round or second round? I have no clue, all right? As of right now, let me check the standings, actually. Let's see who, hypothetically, they could be playing in the Eastern Conference semis, all right? Well, even then, I'm not even sure they could get out the first round. Let's see who they're playing in the first, all right? Who they would be if the season ended today, I should say. All right, they'd be playing the Heat. I think they could beat the Heat, okay? I think finally the Heat usually give them problems, but I think they could beat the Heat, all right? Then they'd be playing either the Pacers or Wizards if they, pretty much the Pacers or Wizards, okay? Can they beat the Wizards? I have no clue, to be honest, all right? Yes, they'd be favored. Yes, that would be my pick, but that'd be a tough series. I think they could beat the Pacers, so I think this year it's looking mighty good for their chances, unless Milwaukee drops to that 8th spot, all right? Let's see, the Heat are a game back on Milwaukee right now for the 7th spot. Milwaukee drops back. Toronto might be in a bit of trouble, all right? Milwaukee is a team that I think can go out and beat the Raptors. So we'll see how it all ends up, but it's looking like the year this might be good enough for the Raptors to go out and make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll see. I'm not sure. You can't really trust them. There's that whole thing where Kyle Lowry turns into Markelle Fultz once the playoffs come, so you got to worry about that. I mean, last year wasn't it where the dude had to go into the locker room and pretty much take like a little meditation break because the dude was so shook mentally in the playoffs. I mean, it was during a game too. He literally went to the locker room to go cool off or whatever. That's just crazy. That's crazy, all right? I don't know, it's just ridiculous. Next game up, though. Speaking of the Pacers and Wizards, they played each other. All right, this game took place in Washington, and the Pacers won this one 98-95. For the Pacers, you had Thaddeus Young with the awesome stat line here. 33 minutes, 4 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 of 5 shooting from the field, 0 of 1 from the 3-point line, 0 points. Bojan Bogdanovic, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 7 of 12 shooting, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Miles Turner had 12 points, 13 rebounds, shot 4 of 12 from the field, 1 of 5 from the 3-point line. Corey Joseph had 16 points, 5 rebounds, shot 7 of 12. Victor Oladipo with 33 points, 7 rebounds, 11 of 20 shooting in this one, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. Let's see, for the Wizards, you have Markieff Morris with 12 points, 7 rebounds, 5 of 7 from the field shooting, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. Otto Porter had 17 points, 8 rebounds, shot 6 of 12. Marcin Gortat, is it Martin or Marcin? I think it's Marcin. 10 points, 7 rebounds. Bradley Beal shot 8 of 27 from the field, 2 of 9 from the 3-point line. Not great, obviously. 22 points, 11 assists. And then Tomas Satoransky. Is it Thomas or is it Tomas? All right, it's spelled Tomas. I think that's Tomas. All right, so Tomas Satoransky had 7 points, 2 rebounds, shot 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3-point line. And once again, the Pacers won this one 98-95. The Pacers have been linked as the team that could possibly sign Isaiah Thomas in the offseason once free agency comes. I kind of like that, all right? I do. I really do. You have a starting 5 of Isaiah Thomas, Victor Oladipo, Bogdanovic, Turner, and I don't know, Thaddeus Young is pretty old, so maybe you find another 4 or whatever. I think it might work, all right? Not sure how good they'd be, but I think it would work. I think they'd be a playoff team. I think they'd be 4 or 5 seed again, but I don't think they'd be a top team in the East by any means. As for the Wizards, I mean, 36-28, 5th seed right now. Like I said, I think they'd have a chance against beating the Cavs team in the playoffs. And, I mean, I don't know, I still don't understand. Like, are they going to get better when they get John Wall back, or is that just going to mess everything up? All right, it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out for them. As for the next game, though, look at that. The Pelicans still win ball games, all right? They won 126, beat the Mavericks 126-109. Let's see. Nikolai Mirotic got the start in this one, had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 15 shooting in this one, 6 of 11 from the three-point line. Anthony Davis, he had 23 points, 13 rebounds, shot 9 of 19 from the field, 0 of 1 from the three-point line. Rajon Rondo with 14 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, almost had the triple-double there, shot 5 of 7 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Drew Holiday, 30 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 12 of 19 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line. As for those Mavericks, I mean, win for them, I guess, since they were tanking. All right, you got Harrison Barnes with 18 points, 6 rebounds, shot 6 of 16 from the field. Dirk Nowitzki coming out of the shadows. All right, the old man can have a good game. 23 points, 7 rebounds, shot 8 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Yogi Ferrell, 5 points, 2 assists, shot 2 of 5 from the field. Let's see, Dennis Smith Jr., he had 23 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 9 of 22 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line. All right, once again, the Pelicans won that one, 126-109. Let's see, Philadelphia faced off with the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee won this one, 118-110. Let's see how we got it going on here. For Philadelphia, you had Dario Saric with 25 points, 6 rebounds, shot 9 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from the three-point line. Robert Covington had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 of 7 shooting from the field, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. Joel Embiid, he had 19 points, 8 rebounds, shot 6 of 12 from the field. Let's see, Ben Simmons, he had 12 points, 15 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 6 of 9 from the field. JJ Redick with 17 points, 2 assists, shot 5 of 8, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. And for the Bucks, you had Giannis Antetokounmpo with 35 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, shot 14 of 23 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. Chris Middleton had 10 points, 5 assists, shot 5 of 14 from the field. John Henson had 11 points, 4 rebounds. Eric Bledsoe with 22 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 8 of 18 from the field. And off the bench, you had Jabari Parker with 13 points, 7 rebounds, shot 5 of 11, 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Like I said, I mean, if the Bucks fall down to the 8th seed, I think they could knock off the Raptors. It's possible, so we'll see. But once again, they beat the Sixers 118-110. As for the next game, we have the Brooklyn Nets facing off with the LA Clippers. LA won this one 123-120. Let's see, you had DeMar Carroll with 20 points, 7 rebounds, shot 6 of 12, 6 of 11 from the three-point line. Spencer Dinwiddie, all right, barely learned that guy's last name last week. That was Dinwiddie the entire time, all right? He had 6 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 0 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line. D'Angelo Russell, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 1 of 6 from the field. Alan Crabb, 6 points, 2 of 11 shooting off the bench. I mean, I think the Nets have been one of the best, have one of the best benches in the league too. I think they have one of the highest scoring second units, or is it bench squad? I don't know. Either way, all right, they got a good bench. All right. Caris LeVert, did not know his name. I thought his name was Chris, but it's Caris. 27 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, shot 11 of 19 from the field, 5 of 7 from the three-point line. Dante Cunningham with 14 points, 3 rebounds. Rondé Hollis Jefferson with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 6 of 14 from the field. And let's see, for the Clippers, you had Tobias Harris with 26 points, 8 rebounds, shot 11 of 19 from the field, 2 of 6 from the three-point line. DeAndre Jordan had 17 points, 15 rebounds, shot 4 of 8 from the field. Milos Teodosic, my favorite name in the league right there, 14 points, 4 assists, shot 5 of 8. Austin Rivers, everyone's favorite player to hate, 27 points, 5 rebounds, 10 of 15 shooting, 4 of 8 from the three-point line. And off the bench, you have Lou Williams with 21 points, 4 assists, 8 of 22 shooting, 1 of 6 from the three-point line. As for the final game of the night, the tankathon game of the evening, we had the New York Knicks facing off with the Sacramento Kings, and the winner and loser was the Kings. Won the game, lost in the tank standings, all right? They won this one 102-99 for the Knicks. You had Michael Beasley with 6 points, 6 rebounds. Tim Hardaway Jr. with 24 points, 4 rebounds. Shot 11 of 21 from the field. Enes Kanter with 14 points, 16 rebounds. Shot 7 of 10 from the field. Courtney Lee had 10 points, 4 rebounds. And then for the Kings, you had Skal Labissiere, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. That three-pointer was the game winner, all right? I think he's, 11 of 30 from the field, or 11 of 30 from the three-point line this season, all right? Doesn't matter. Shoot or shoot, hit the game winner. You had Justin Jackson with 12 points, 6 rebounds. Kosta Koufis with 12 points, 8 rebounds. De'Aaron Fox, 10 points. And then you had Bogdan Bogdanovic with 22 points, 7 assists, shot 7-11 from the field, and 3 of 5 from the three-point line. Once again, the Kings won and lost this game. Won the real game, won 102-99. But as far as the tanking goes, they lost, all right? Let's see. Let's look at the worst records in the league right now. In the East, you got the Bulls who are 21-41. Let me see who has the worst record in the league right now. That would be the Memphis Grizzlies. See, they're doing the tanking right, all right? Then it'd be the Suns. Let's see. Yeah, it's the Suns, then the Mavericks, and then it'd be the Kings, Hawks, Nets. Yeah, Kings, Hawks, and Nets tied for third worst record, I guess you could say, or fourth worst record, whatever. And then it goes Magic, and then Bulls, and then Knicks. So that's how the tanking machine is going. We'll see how it all plays out for the rest of the season, but that's going to wrap up this segment. Next up, we're going to talk about the Lakers, talk about Lonzo Ball playing well, talking about those young players playing well. All right, I think they beat the Spurs the other day, so we'll be talking about that and pretty much talking about maybe anything else that comes to mind as far as teams playing well. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Check out the show that's built on the MMA, from the UFC to extreme cage fighting. They got the fights covered. Check out the GSMC MMA podcast. Get the latest news on past or upcoming fights. Join us as we talk to and about some of the biggest names in the MMA, past, present, and future. When it's the fight game, there's just one show to check out. GSMCpodcast.com/MMA-podcast. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
All right, and welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast. So far today, we talked about the Rockets Celtics, talked about the Cavs, how they're still not as good as we thought they would be. All right, we did that. Let's see, we talked about Kobe winning an Oscar. That's just crazy. Kobe Bryant won an Oscar. All right, Kobe Bean Bryant. Is his middle name really Bean? Why do people call him Kobe Bean? All right, I got to double check that because now I might just be off. All right, let's see. I think I do need to double check that since we are talking about the Lakers. So we'll make it just an entire Lakers segment. His middle name is really Bean, isn't it? It's really Bean. His middle name is really Bean. Is that a last name? Bean? I don't know. Either way, it is really Kobe Bean Bryant. All right, that's crazy. But either way, yeah, Kobe Bean Bryant won an Oscar. That's funny. All right, we talked about yesterday's NBA games, talked about how the Kings won and lost, all right, beat the Knicks, but lost in the little tanking standings. Sky Labissiere hit, his 11th three-pointer of the season out of 30, all right, the game winner. And for this segment, we will be talking about those Los Angeles Lakers, all right, only 6 games under 500. Lakers go out, win 6 more. That's a team who could, I don't know, let me see. What's the West looking like right now? The West. Let's see what the 8th seed in the West is. All right. Is it going to be one where a team finishes at 500 and gets in? It's not looking like it. You get the Nuggets, who are 7 games above. The Clippers are 6 games above. The Jazz are 3 games above. And the Lakers are 6 games below. All right. Meaning 500. So I doubt that the Lakers make it to the playoffs. But nonetheless, this team is out here balling. All right. Got Isaiah Thomas. People are like, oh, what's going to happen with him? Lonzo. Yeah, hasn't been really much of a problem. IT's been coming off the bench playing well. And Lonzo Ball. All right. Lonzo Ball. This is Lonzo Bean Ball? No, it's just Lonzo Ball. All right. Starting out the season, wasn't looking too good. Couldn't shoot the ball. All right. Me and him probably had about the same shooting percentage as far as me in pickup games, him in NBA games. Yeah, there might be a difference. Pickup games are a little bit more tougher. All right. Just kidding. But nonetheless, Lonzo Ball wasn't playing good basketball at all. All right. I don't want to say at all. I mean, he was passing the ball, getting rebounds, pretty much what you expected him to do. But he just couldn't shoot the ball to save his life. And now the dude is playing lights out. He's hitting threes. He's hitting game winners. All right. I mean, against the Spurs, he hit I think it was a game-tying three-pointer, and then they come back, score, hit a two-pointer, and then comes right back, hits another three, all right? The dude is playing well, okay? And we gave him a lot of hate. Dude, I'm not going to lie, all right? I was talking with my friends at the beginning of the season because he was struggling, and not my friend, Lonzo Ball, but either way, yeah, Lonzo was struggling. I was talking with my friends. I told him, you know what? Lonzo's ceiling is Rajon Rondo, all right? Going to be a great passer, great rebounder, but can't shoot the ball to save his life. I might have jumped the gun there, all right? Not sure what not sure what his ceiling is. I don't really want to call him Rajon Rondo now, all right? Might have jumped the gun, might have jumped on the anti-Lonzo bandwagon, but either way, now the dude is playing extremely well, and the Lakers are playing well, okay? You got Kyle Kuzma who's been playing well. You got Brandon Ingram who's been playing well. You got a bunch of other players who are playing well. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, supposed to be just one of those veteran guys on the team. He's been playing well, all right? Kentavious Caldwell-Pope probably won't be with the team next season. I don't know. Do they bring him back? Probably not, I guess you could say. All right, but yeah, either way, the young guys have been playing well, okay? It's a nice little solid core they have. You got Lonzo, you got Ingram, you got Julius Randle, you got Kuzma. I think those are the four right there, all right? And you got Zubac and a couple other guys. But either way, I like this little young core the Lakers have, but there's one problem. LeBron James, Paul George could be coming over in the offseason, okay? And I don't know. It's just with the Lakers right now, they're 17-7 in their last 24 games, I think it is. Have like the best record since a certain date in January. I can't remember exactly. You know how the stats go. But either way, they're playing good basketball, all right? But, I mean, if you do put a LeBron and Paul George on this team, are they good enough to beat the Warriors? No. Not at all. I don't even think they're a better team than the Rockets. All right, because let me put it this way, okay? It's the same problem I have with LeBron going to the Sixers, right? I've always said that my problem with LeBron going to the Sixers is that you're pretty much going to make Ben Simmons useless, okay? The Ben Simmons is obviously going to start with that team, and if you have him waiting on the wing because you got LeBron bringing the ball up, Ben Simmons really brings nothing to the table. He can't shoot, all right? This isn't like the old NBA where you could have two post players. No, you need four guys on the wing. Or three guys in the ring, one in the post, and one guy bringing it up. Obviously, Joel Embiid is going to be that guy in the post unless you're going to move him out to the three-point line, but I think that kind of defeats the purpose there. All right? So I think with pretty much Ben Simmons being on the wing, he's going to be a useless player with LeBron out there. All right? The only time he'll be able to shine was when LeBron's on the floor, or on the bench, I should say. All right? With Lonzo Ball, that's a player who is at his best when he has his ball in the hand, his hands on the ball. Lonzo Ball's last name being Ball, and me just trying to say that sentence really messed me up really bad. But either way, Lonzo Ball needs the ball in his hands. All right? Man, that's a tongue twister. Either way, like I said, yeah, he's better when he has the ball in his hands. And, I mean, LeBron is a guy who's at his best when he has when the ball in his hands. This is ridiculous. All right? Lonzo Ball needs to change the last name. But either way, like I said, I just really think that kind of hurts Lonzo if LeBron goes to that team. Unless you have Lonzo coming off the bench, you're running with the second unit. But, I mean, you drafted that guy third in the draft this year. He shouldn't be coming off the bench. All right, I don't know. It's kind of curious. Obviously, LeBron's going to sell tickets. He's going to sell merchandise, good for marketing, all that. But is that going to help your team? Obviously, they will get better. But how is that going to affect Lonzo Ball? All right, and I know it's not just basketball. Right? There's a whole bunch of other factors that come into it. LeBron didn't like LeVar Ball. He came out and said it before. He's not too fond of him. All right, we've seen it from his interviews and stuff like that. LeVar Ball is going to be talking once LeBron gets there. All right. If you bring in LeBron, do you keep Lonzo or do you trade him? I'd rather just hold on to Lonzo. All right. LeBron is 33. Yeah, he's the best player in the league, but I'm more of a build towards the future, stay the course. Okay. The Lakers have a solid core. You have Lonzo, you have Ingram, you have Randle, you have Kuzma. All right, you can play Ingram at the 3, and you can play Kuzma at the 4. I mean, or you could switch him out with Randle. Either way, you have a good team there. Keep building, all right? This team is getting better. It's not a matter of they need to tank. No, they just need to develop. You got them out here beating the Spurs, even though the Spurs aren't that good of a team this year either way. All right, the Lakers are just as bad as the Spurs, and, I mean, they're out here winning ball games, okay? I say let the Lakers develop, keep building, and instead of going for a guy like LeBron James or Paul George, go out and go into when free agency comes, go out and get a two guard. Go out and get a center, right? Get guys like that. Maybe get a DeAndre Jordan if he opts out of his contract this year. I'm not even sure if he can, but either way, if that's possible, when DeAndre Jordan goes out and opts out, if I'm the Lakers, that's my guy I'm getting right there, all right? That's my number one free agent. I'm going out and getting a guy like DeAndre Jordan. Lonzo Ball can play with a guy like DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan would thrive with a guy like Lonzo Ball, all right? That's what I would do. I'd stay away from getting LeBron because you kind of make Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma kind of obsolete there, right? Because LeBron James can play those positions. I mean, you bring in LeBron, it pretty much messes up everything, I feel, okay? I understand Magic Johnson wants to bring all the star power to L.A., and I still don't know where that's come from, all right? The Lakers have not signed a great free agent, a top player free agent since Shaq, all right? I will stand by that. You can't tell me that Pau Gasol is a top player free agent. He wasn't, all right? At least not to the caliber of Shaq or anyone else like that. But either way, I think you bring in LeBron, that kind of messes things up. All right? If I'm the Lakers, I'm staying the course. through free agency and through the draft. I'm building through at the needs I need. Okay, you don't need. Obviously, LeBron comes. Yeah, that's a great player, but the position he plays, you don't. That's not a need on your team. All right, let Brandon Ingram develop more. The dude's, dare I say, turning into a mini Kevin Durant. All right. Dude probably weighs about as much as a sheet of paper, but can go out and score the ball out will. Kyle Kuzma could be your sixth man unless you want to start him. Julius Randle, pretty much like the new Draymond Green, the younger version of Draymond Green. All right. I mean, I like what they're doing right now, okay? Like I said, stay away from Paul George, stay away from LeBron. If DeAndre Jordan, if that's possible, he can opt out of his deal this year, then go out and get him, all right? That makes you better. Brook Lopez can't rebound the ball to save his life, all right? Go out and get a guy who can. Go out a guy who can be a rim protector, right? You're not going to have DeAndre Jordan sitting on the three-point line like Brook Lopez does, all right? So as far as the Lakers go, I mean, they're playing great basketball. I think they could get to 500 and finish the season around there. That'd be good for them, right? That'd be a big momentum booster for next season. I like the way the Lakers are going. All right, never been a Lakers fan by any means or anything like that. Never really been too fond of them. But you know what? The way Lonzo Ball is playing, the rest of those young guys, I like it. Maybe you bring back a guy like Isaiah Thomas. All right, have him come off the bench next year. Seeming like he's kind of gotten used to that role, or maybe it's just a matter of you got to keep your mouth shut and just come off the bench so that way people don't think you're a little prima donna or whatever. All right, maybe it's just that. But either way, it's been going pretty well with this team, right? Like I said, they beat the Spurs. I think they beat them, 117 to 116, something like that. Let me double check. I think they're on a 5-game winning streak too, the Lakers. Let's see. Let me pull up their last 5 games here, all right? So they beat the Spurs 116 to 112, beat the Heat 131 to 113, beat the Hawks 123 to 104, beat the Kings 113 to 108, beat the Mavericks 124 to 102. All right, yeah, the Hawks, Kings, and Mavericks, all worst teams in the league. Heat and Spurs, those are playoff teams right there. All right, they got the Trailblazers tonight at 7:30. Let's see, in LA. So that's going to be a nice little one right there. The Portland Trailblazers are the third best team in the West, I guess, statistically, as far as seeding goes. I'm not really sure. The West is kind of a weird conference right now. I don't really think there's too many good teams in there. But, I mean, like I said, the Lakers have been playing well. They get back to 500. That's a plus, all right? That's a successful season, okay? You got Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's going to be a free agent in 2019. Maybe you go after a guy like that year, all right? But I say don't bring in LeBron. Don't bring in Paul George. I feel like it's going to stunt the growth of this Lakers team. Keep going with the young guys, okay? Paul George, yeah, he's a good player, but I just don't think he helps too much with the Lakers. So we'll see what they end up doing. Let's see. Anything else to say about the Lakers? I think that's it pretty much. I mean, like I said, next thing that has to do with them, Kobe Bryant won an Oscar. That was cool. But as far as the Lakers go, I mean, just stay the course. Don't bring in LeBron. Just let it play out, and you'll be fine. But, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Let's see. What do we got going up next up? Next up, we're going to be talking about Kawhi Leonard, his little shoe deal with Jordan kind of holding up there. Let's see. We're going to be talking about the NBA, looking to get rid of that one and done rule. Probably going to have it to where NBA teams can start drafting players right out of high school. I think they should do that. I think that's probably best for all parties involved. Let the kids go out and get paid. That's crazy too. I mean, I'm 21 years old. There was a point in my life where all these dudes were older than me, but now I'm starting to get older than them. It's kind of weird to see. But either way, we'll be talking about that and going to be making my picks for tonight's NBA game. So stay tuned for that. We will be right back. And yeah, just like I said, stay tuned.
Check out the show built around the women of MMA. From the UFC to the extreme cage fighting, we got the fights covered.
Listen.
It's the Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast. The latest news of upcoming fights, discussions of previous matches. Join us as we talk to and about the biggest names in women's mixed martial arts, past, present, and future. When it's the women's fight game, you know where to listen to. The Golden State Media Concepts Women's MMA Podcast.
All right, and welcome back to the GSMC Basketball Podcast. This is how the show's gone so far. Let me recap for you, all right? First up, we talked about the Rockets and Celtics game, talked about how the Rockets style of play, I don't think it's sustainable for a 7-game series against the Warriors. I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. Chances are I probably am. I'm just to do with the podcast, but either way, I just don't like it. All right, as far as the Celtics go, I mean, second best team in the East. All right, the Cavs, there's a little bit of a drop-off between the Celtics and the Cavs. All right, the Cavs are the third best team in the East, but it's not really close between the two, all right? The Cavs just don't play good defense. I'm sorry if you're a Cavs fan, you're listening to this, or you're a big LeBron James fan. That team just isn't good right now whatsoever. Not playing good defense, really no difference between the team they had before, all right? Literally none. Then we talked about Kobe Bryant winning an Oscar. Talked about how if there's a bet out there for Shaq winning an Oscar, I'd put my money there. He's going to do it. It's going to happen. All right. Second segment, we talked about the Sunday games in the NBA. Recap those. Third segment, we just talked about the Lakers, how well they've been playing with that young team they got. Lonzo Ball's been playing extremely well. Kyle Kuzma's been playing well all season. We got Brandon Ingram, who's turned into a mini Kevin Durant. All right. Isaiah Thomas has played well with that team. I said that they probably shouldn't bring in LeBron James or Paul George. All right? I think that hurts the team more than it helps it. They'll get better, but I think just bigger picture, it doesn't really help them too much. I say let the team grow, develop, bring in a guy like DeAndre Jordan whenever he becomes a free agent. Got to be opting out soon, and I'm sure he's not trying to leave LA by any means, all right? Especially with all the money he's got. All right? I've never really been too fond of the city of LA. I'm more of a Bay Area kid. Like Sacramento a whole lot better than LA too. I guess I'm just too broke to enjoy LA. But either way, yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you got money and you live in LA, it's got to be the time of your life. But I've never experienced that, so that's why I've never been so fond of it. All right. But either way, we'll see how it all ends up. But I really think they should just keep going with the young core they have now and just develop them. Because I think you bring in LeBron James, it's going to hurt Lonzo. You bring in Paul George, it's going to hurt Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma. But we'll see what they got going on. Just hopefully Magic doesn't mess it up. I think he's got his mind too much on the whole bringing the starship, stuff like that, star power back to LA. Just stay the process. Keep growing the team. All right. I know that LA, they're very fair weather fans. All right. Yes, LA fans, you guys are very fair weather. You only show up if the team is playing well. All right. It's true. It is what it is. But either way, we'll see how it all ends up. For this segment, though, we will be talking about Kawhi Leonard. All right. Is he a marketable athlete? Who knows? We'll be talking about the NBA, thinking about getting rid of the one-and-done rule, letting G League teams draft players out of high school, trying to figure out like a little thing there. So we'll be talking about that. And then we will be making my picks for tonight's NBA games. All right, so let's get into the fourth segment, as we already have. Kawhi Leonard. All right, Kawhi Leonard's been a bit of a weird guy this season. Okay, played 9 games in the middle of January, I think it was. Came out, said he wasn't comfortable yet. All right, was medically cleared, all that, but just said he wanted to rehab more. Didn't want to rehab with the team. There was some tension there. Now, there was a report a couple weeks ago that came out. It was the last week, a couple weeks ago. Either way, there was a report coming out that he could be back this month, which is March. All right? He comes back, that's going to help the team. Kawhi Leonard come back to the Spurs, though, doesn't mean they're going to be beating the Rockets or Warriors by any means. It's just not going to happen, okay? We're getting a Rockets-Warriors Eastern or Western Conference Finals matchup. All right? Just mark it down. But as far as Kawhi goes, I mean, dude's been a top 3 MVP candidate year after year. It's felt like, and the season's just been kind of weird. But now, there's this whole thing with him and Jordan, all right? The shoe company, Nike, whatever you want to call it. Not sure who wants to, but either way, he's trying to get a new shoe deal. I think last time I saw, they offered him, $20 million over 4 years? Kawhi Leonard wants more than that. Kawhi Leonard saying, you know what? Like I said, I've been an MVP candidate year after year. I deserve more, all right? I've won finals MVP, all that. I need more money. And, on paper, that seems nice, but Kawhi Leonard doesn't talk. Kawhi Leonard isn't the guy in commercials. He's just not the face of the league. All right, and this is where it comes, where playing in a big market comes into play. San Antonio, not a big market. New York, LA, Boston, Philly, all big markets. All right, Miami, you can make a name for yourself there. You can get on billboards. You can make money. All right, San Antonio, not so much. So that's where if he wants a big shoe deal, you got to leave San Antonio. All right, you got to maybe be in more commercials, be a little bit more marketable, all right? Maybe build a whole little thing around Kawhi Leonard not saying anything, all right? Maybe that's what his commercials could be about. It's just Kawhi Leonard. He only says, he says no words. All right, what was the commercial? I think it was the Gatorade commercial where he's the karate guy or whatever. That was a cool commercial. I enjoyed that. Do more stuff like that. You'll get more money, all right? It's all about being marketable. Kawhi Leonard doesn't speak. I think he drives the same car. I think he drives one of those Tahoes from the late 90s. I can't remember exactly what kind of car it is, but either way, he drives an old car, all right? You're not really going to make money doing that. You got to get yourself out that board. I know that's really not Kawhi's kind of style, but if you want to make big money from Nike and Jordan Brand and all those guys, you got to do it, all right? So we'll see how it all ends up, but I understand why he thinks he deserves it, and I understand why those shoe companies think he doesn't, all right? He's got to make himself more marketable. But we'll see how it all ends up. I'd just rather see him come back into the league this year and see what he could do with the Spurs for this last part of the season. All right. As for the NBA, finally thinking about getting rid of the one and done rule. Finally thinking about letting high school players come straight into the NBA or G League, whatever it is. It's about time. All right. This is what's going to start real change. Okay. This is. NCAA is going to be losing these top players. All right, since they're going to be going to the league, maybe NCAA is like, hey, come over here, you'll make money. All right, also. But, I mean, this is just the whole thing right there. Why would you go to the NCAA, go play college basketball when you could go straight to the NBA, right? The NCAA, this might be the downfall. The NCAA might be done. Nah, I'm kind of overreacting there. NCAA is not going anywhere. But, I mean, the fact that the NBA is finally thinking about letting these kids go up into the NBA or to the G League and get paid, I like it. I think it makes sense. I think it's what they should have been doing all along. All right, so I kind of like the idea. I mean, I just wanted to mention it. There's not really too much to say about it. It's just Adam Silver saying they've been thinking about it and all that. So, I mean, like I said, there's no concrete stuff whether or not it's going to happen. But I like the idea of it. So that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Let's see. Anything else going on in the league before we make my picks for tonight's games? Let's see. What do we got going on here? We got Brandon Ingram. He's out for a week. Like I said, Kobe Bryant won an Oscar. That's wild. No Kyrie Irving tonight against the Bulls. Let's see, anything else going on? I think that's pretty much it right there, all right? Like I said, Houston, there's an ESPN article. LeBron got asked at one of his little mini, I don't know, do you call those like little media gatherings or press conferences at practice? He said he doesn't rule out an Oscar in his future. I don't know. I feel like every basketball player going to try and win an Oscar? Just let Kobe Bryant have this. And why do they call it an Oscar? Is it like because of famous actor? I don't know. Either way, all right, now that's all I got to say about that. Now let's make my picks for tonight's NBA games. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games going on tonight. All right, let's start off with the Detroit Pistons facing off with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Detroit got Blake Griffin, really haven't amounted to much. All right, 9-21 on the road. Cavs 21-11 at home. This is going to be a high-scoring game. Like I said, Cleveland didn't play defense, but I think they're going to come away with the win in this one. So I got Cleveland winning that one. And then we got the Bucks facing off with the Pacers. This is going to be a bit of a fun one here. You got the Bucks who are 14-16 on the road. Pacers are 21-11 at home. I'm going to go with the. This is tough. I'm going to go with the Bucks in this one. All right, might be wrong, probably will be wrong, but I'm going to go with the Bucks. Then we got the Phoenix Suns facing off with the Miami Heat. This is probably the easiest pick of the night. Actually, probably the easiest pick of the night. You got the Suns who are 10-22 on the road. Miami is 17-13 at home. Miami's favored by 9.5 in this one, as they should be. The Suns are trying to tank right now, so really no reason to pick against the Heat. I got the Heat winning this one, especially with them at home. Then we got the Celtics in Chicago facing off with the Bulls. No Kyrie Irving in this one. Bulls are trying to tank, 14-17 at home. Celtics are 21-9 on the road. Believe they have a better road record than home record. Usually that's not too good, but they are pretty good at both places. I mean, the Kings have a better road record than home record, and that's where it's pretty bad since you're a bad team already. I'm going to go with the Celtics in this one. I'm expecting a big game from Terry Rozier. The guy's been playing well, for the last month or so. Let's see, had a triple-double in his first start with the Celtics right before the All-Star break. And like I said, he's been playing extremely well, shooting the ball extremely well. So I think he's going to have a big game here. Probably go for at least 20 points. I'm going to call that right there. He's going to go for at least 20 points, maybe at least 25. All right, so I got the Celtics winning this one. They're favored by 7.5. Then you got the Grizzlies facing off with the San Antonio Spurs. Easy pick here. Spurs are 22-8 at home. Grizzlies 5-24 on the road. Also tanking. These teams are making it a bit difficult for me to talk about the game. All right, it's the Spurs. I'm picking the Spurs. Literally, no doubts about it. All right, I got the Spurs winning this one. Then we got the Magic facing off with the Utah Jazz in Utah. Again, Magic are tanking, 7-25 on the road. Jazz are 20-11 at home. I'm going to go with the Jazz, favored by 9.5. Donovan Mitchell's been playing well. Like I said earlier, Jay Crowder seemed to mesh well with this Jazz team. All right, I think it was Jeff Teague who took a little bit of a cheap shot at Ricky Rubio in one of the games. Jay Crowder backed him up. All right, not just backed off Jeff Teague, backed up Ricky Rubio, obviously. But either way, all right, I like the way the Jazz have been playing. 33-30 at home. Or 33-30 this season. Let me see how far they are from the 8th seed. They are currently, let's see, about 2 games off of the 8th seed. I'd really like to see the Jazz make the playoffs. That'd be a fun team to watch. They get swept probably by the Warriors or Rockets, but like I said, it'd just be a fun series. I don't know. Maybe they could get a game against the Rockets, possibly. All right, but I got the Jazz beating the Magic. Then we got the Trailblazers facing off with the LA Lakers. All right, Trailblazers 17-15 on the road. Lakers are 15-14 at home. Lakers winners of 5 in a row. Portland favored in this one by 2. I'm going to go with the Lakers in this one, all right? They got the hot hand. They've been playing extremely well. Lonzo Ball playing like everyone thought he would be, all right? Took him a while, but nonetheless, he's playing extremely well. Kind of inserting himself into that top 5 rookie conversation. I still think it goes Simmons, Mitchell, Tatum, Markkanen, and then Kuzma. Maybe you could have Lonzo right there at number 6. Josh Jackson kind of pushing his way in there too, but either way, Lonzo's been playing extremely well. I'm going with the Lakers in this one, all right? So to recap my picks, I got the Cavs beating the Pistons, Bucks beating the Pacers, the Heat beating the Suns, Celtics beating the Bulls, Spurs beating the Grizzlies, Jazz beating the Magic, Lakers beating the Trailblazers. Only 2 upset picks tonight. That's the Lakers over the Trailblazers and the Bucks over the Pacers. So that's going to wrap it up for today's show. Today, first segment talked about Celtics Rockets, talked about the Cavs, talked about Kobe winning an Oscar. Second segment recapped yesterday's NBA games, which was Sundays. Third segment talked about the Lakers, talked about how well they've been playing all season. And then for this segment, talked a bit about Kawhi Leonard, talked a bit about the NBA, thinking about getting rid of the one and done rule. And then we made my picks for tonight's NBA games. All right. So thanks for listening to the GSMC Basketball Podcast. I am your host, Jesse Tapia. We'll be back on Wednesday, so stay tuned till then, and we will talk to you later.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Basketball Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.